Hello, 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 and welcome, one and all, to our Advent calendar draw of the 13th of December. Let's see what there is, shall we? Shall we? Go on then. Scottish Elf says yes, so let's get to it. Now then, where are we? Can you spot it? Oh, I think so. It's very nearly hiding, although that's difficult when you're covered in Diamante, but it's very nearly hiding. Ooh, nearly got the other one. Don't want to be peeking before the day, do we? Ooh. What is that, I wonder? Let's just have a little quick peek and see what we've got. Ooh, do you recognise that? I think we all do, don't we? Scottish Elf does, so that's good enough for me. It is. It looks like, but it looks quite mini. Little fairy lights that we normally put on our Christmas trees and so on. And anywhere we can put them, really. But I wonder, they look a bit small to be going on our Christmas tree. So I'm just going to have a little think about it. It's the season of giving. It's a season of magic. It's the season of sharing and caring. Now then, let's just have a think and see what we can imagine we could do with these. And I tell you what, I have a funny feeling I've just thought of something, popped into my head. And I think that it may be a bit of a surprise. Let's give it a go. Now, you know when we saw the light in the drawer today, it gave me, if you like, a bit of a light bulb moment. Sometimes that happens, not always and not very often, but today was the day, and I hope that you will agree and be pleased with my little idea. Now, winter time, chilly, and everybody needs to be able to get little things to eat. So I was thinking about the birdies, and I normally put out a little bit of bird food because wintertime, you know, it's difficult for birdies. They can't always find everything and the grubs in the ground because it gets too hard. So I thought, why not light the way for the birdie birds to see whatever is going on in the weather, whether it's dark, light, miserable, bright, they will be able to find their way to their little feedy place. So that's what my idea was. So I hope you'd agree. So I think we're going to start with the lights first. I've got these marvellous lights here. Well, I hope they'll be marvellous. Who knows till we get started. So what I thought was, I'll just try, I've got to be able to reach it. We don't want to have ladders or anything like that at this point in the proceedings, because that could all end in tears, and we don't want that. So I just thought I could wind round some lights. It's fun anyway, isn't it, to have lights? We like a bit of a light on the proceedings. Bit of a light. If I got the right, I did have a quick sneaky peek when I was sort of coming up the drive the other day. Yes, here we are. This is right. And here we go. So round we go. Let's see if I've got enough. Let's see if I've got enough lights. It's getting darkish, isn't it? So I don't know what you do. Hopefully you perhaps have little bird feeders in your gardens and help to feed the birds in the winter, because I think that's a lovely thing to do, frankly.
But what if you haven't got a garden?
Oh, Scottish Elf. Good point. Always get a good point from Scottish Elf, don't we? Yes, I think you could also, I think as long as you've got a window, you see, you can always, you can always pop something out on a ledge or attach something just outside your window. Here we are. We're just going to go around there. Going to go back again briefly. And find a little outside space that will make sense for you to put a bit of food out for the birds. Because that's the great thing, I think. I mean, in spring and so on, I think that, you know, they do very well in summer, but winter's a tricky time. You could even make up your own bird food. Perhaps we should have done that, I'm sorry. I was a little bit excited about the lights, and I forgot that we could have made our own little bird food up. But never mind, this will be a good thing, I think. This will be a good thing. Whoopsie, I've just got a bit caught up there.
Is it important, Ainslie, to be kind at this time of year?
Well, I think it's always important, Scottish Elf. Goodness gracious me, I should say so. Particularly at the moment, because you know what? It's a bit of a jolly rough time for so many of us. So I think we need to remember that very thing. Be kind. My father always said, you know, he always said it's very easy to make people feel this big. And it's much harder to make them feel huge and lovely and happy in themselves. And that is far the better thing, if I may say so. I know it's not always possible. Sometimes, do you know what? Sometimes you could just get so jolly cross about all sorts of things. And unfortunately then, you can sort of take it out on your nearest and dearest. And I think that's a very common thing. But ideally, we would rather not. And we're going to try very hard. Well, I am. Well, you know my trouble with the elves. You know my jolly consternation that I have to put up with them. And so I'm going to try very hard to try and be a little bit more understanding with their mischievousness. Let's try. Now, I'm going to put the feeders up first because then we can get the full... Let's hope it works because... So quickly. I've got these little feeders. They're quite easy, I think. Oh, Lord! Spilling, that's not very good, is it? The birds will have a little field day down there. Now, here we go. Yes, let's put one up here, you see. Jolly dee. And one... Lost myself. I've lost myself. Can you see? Oh, there it is. There it is, Scottish Hill. And one up there. And now, should we try a bit of a finale moment with our lights? Let's hope it's worked. Now then, fingers crossed, everybody. Here we go. You ready for this? 1, 2, 3. Woo! What do you think? Oh, that's nice. That's pretty, isn't it? Oh, happy with that. I hope you're happy with that, because I think that's exactly right. And they will see all their way up to the little feedy places. Oh, I think that's a success, wouldn't you say? I would. oh, just in time. The gong has gone. And you may be very relieved to know that I must go too. But thank you for joining me on this. I'm so glad we've done this. And I hope you have a happy thought for some more lights in your own life. Keep sparkling yourselves and let's help everybody to sparkle. Bye-bye. Keep sparkling. Bye-bye.